Leonard L. Williams, and that'd be called the Leonard L. Williams Justice Center. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And he gave us this
Great.
printout for us to share with
Okay.
the public, and I told him I would do so willingly
That's
and
wonderful.
enthusiastically. So I think that that's a good thing, a fitting tribute.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely. Well, we want to get right to you, Mr. Phelps. How have you been?
I've been blessed. I'll tell you, God's been good to me. My health is good. The doctors say I can go forward and do like I do.
All right, great.
Keep telling the stories and keeping history alive. So I'm blessed, and I give thanks to Almighty God.
Well, you know,
Yes,
I thank God too. I thank God for you, and thank you for your zeal in doing what you do, your consistency, your dedication, and your support for us.
Yes, absolutely.
You know.
We do.
I just love supporting Dottie. I just love these two. They're
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
you know, we've talked about a lot of legacies and things tonight, and Sister Dottie Neal definitely left a legacy, as did Anthony Carter.
Yes.
Yes.
And I just think that the world is a better place for the work that they did.
Yes, they've left a legacy that stands, you
Yeah.
know, and it's a role model for us and our young folks to go forward and to accomplish.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, yes.
So, Mr. Phelps, what would you like to share with us this evening?
Well, you know, this is the 150th year, the sesquicentennial, celebrating the Civil War, the ending of, starting of, and so many things happened before the Civil War and during that time. And over the last few months, the last year or two, there's been designated monuments to folks from that time period,
Right.
honoring both the colored troops. The Confederates has been an ongoing thing,
Yeah.
but the Union troops.
Right.
But the small towns and villages along this eastern shore were one of our most famous heroes, if you will. Heroes, I'll call hero, came up from was Harriet Tubman.
Right.
And this should have been blasted out on headlines all over.
Okay.
But in her home state of Maryland,
Yeah.
down in Dorchester County, it made headlines where President Barack Obama, on the 25th of March, declared her a national monument.
Wow.
All right. And the headline should have been blasted, and I know they weren't.
It
Some
was
folks
not, yeah.
didn't have a clue. And she is one of 5 national monuments that have been declared, and they were being placed by President Barack Obama. And this is by way of what they call the Antiquities Act. The
Wow.
law has been passed. And even here in the state of Delaware, we will finally have a national monument. We'll have our own national park.
Yeah.
But for Harriet Ross Tubman, who in 1822 was born, come up out of slavery, fought to free her folks, to take her family out of slavery, and then go back, just like Moses,
Yeah.
to bring her own people up out of slavery. Why today, for her to have such an honor to have this monument, a national monument, and
Right.
recognition, this is something we need to lock onto. This is our legacy, our heritage.
Yeah.
And the states, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey are connected.
Yeah.
And these were the ways and byways that Harriet Tubman traveled.
Right.
And ironically, I go back and forth down to her territory, if you will. And it's like, I feel good traveling the country roads and being down there. It lifts me up. But if Harriet Ross Tubman was to come back today and go back down in that area, she would be able to navigate to places like Steel Pond Road, places like Backwater Road. She could look at the lay of the land, which is pretty much still the same, and know that she was home, and she could still go down like Moses to set her people free and navigate through those areas and take you in through those swamp areas and the lay of the land, and still lose the paddy rollers, the so-called slave catchers.
Yeah.
She'd lose them in there and bring her people up out of freedom.
Yeah.
And we need to realize and recognize her as a national monument, Harriet Tubman, 1822. 1913, when she died,
Yeah.
she was honored and buried with military honors
Right.
because she served. She was a scout for the Union soldiers. She was a nurse. She nursed the soldiers, and those men in the Union Army, the colored troops, called her the general.
Yeah.
And General Tubman, when she retired, when she died,
Yeah.
it took a while,
Yeah.
but she was given a military burial
Yeah.
at Auburn, New York.
Mhm.
That's where she's buried. And I give honor to her,
Yeah.
her living legacy, and it is my intentions to keep telling her story and the story of all those folks
Yeah.
who have left a legacy to keep us uplifted and to give us something to be proud of.
That's so awesome. And Mr. Phelps knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does.
You know, there's no two ways about it. I mean, we've had him on quite a few
Yeah.
times, and plus we've seen him down at August Quarterly teaching, and I say teaching.
Yes,
And everybody
yes.
always says that to me. Oh,
Yeah.
he was the one that gave me when I went to Fort.
Fort Delaware.
Yeah, Fort Delaware
yeah.
over at Pea Patch Island, teaching. You know, and like you said, he even travels down to Maryland area,
Yes, yes,
teaching
yes.
And learning. Let's not.
Oh, every
get
time
it
I turn a
confused.
page,
Right.
I learn something new.
Yeah,
It's a
and-
blessing.
Yeah, and it's like we can all appreciate it, but you are uniquely passionate about it. And I say that because sitting here just in this short
Right.
period of time, I learned some stuff. You know, I didn't know about the military burial.
Oh, yes.
You know, I really didn't, and really didn't have an idea of what areas she was traveling in, because in our history
Right.
books in school, what we were taught was certain things, but it was just pieces, bits and pieces. We didn't get the opportunity to put the whole thing together. You know, that's why we have to supplement it with people from the
Right.
community, like Mr. Phelps and different organizations that he works with aggressively to get this done. I appreciate you, man.
I
really do.
so much appreciate you all having me on here. It is a blessing, and I tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Because I have, and there is,
Mhm.
what I like to call the rest of the story.
Absolutely, and we want you to bring it back here. We want to share that through you.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
And just a great honor. Oh, listen, one other thing. Something that was in the paper today. You keep up with the news, Mr. Phelps, but I was reading an article about the Tom Gordon and Mayor Williams revisiting and asking the school system to revisit the effects of busing and desegregation and things of that nature. And B.B. Coker, our good friend, weighed in on the issue with some, poignant and good revelation. B.B. always has good input on subjects, but our very own Doc Pritchett was mentioned in the article because Pritchett Associates, is going to be consulting for the city of Wilmington to help investigate and diagnose some of the problems there and do some analytics. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Mayor Williams, County Executive Tom Gordon, Jay Street, who has always been an advocate for the children, B.B. Coker for weighing in, and Mr. Maurice Pritchett and Mrs.
Pritchett.
Juanita Pritchett.
Yep.
And Pritchett Associates. You guys are doing a great job. You're working together, and you truly made me feel that this could be a new day for our students, because we cannot continue to have them dropping out of school at the rates that they are, and I'm just looking forward to those people who have expertise in a certain area staying in their lane and doing what they do best, just like Mr. Phelps does. They are doing it too. Pritchett Associates is more than qualified, and it's about time that they get an opportunity to share their expertise.
Absolutely.
Maurice Pritchett is an icon in his own rights, and
Legacy.
take us back to them times.
That's a
Yes,
legacy.
Yes, yes.
We have to wrap very quickly, but Mr. Phelps, I was wondering, are you going to be at August Quarterly this year?
I'm almost certain that they'll have me back, and prayerfully we'll step it up a level. But
Okay.
I'm looking forward to them calling me.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing you there, as usual.
As usual.
We just want to remind everyone about the 6th annual birthday celebration for Wilmington jazz legend Millie Cannon on the 15th. And I'm sure you can call Mr. Holloway's office for more information about this. And then the gospel roast and birthday celebration for Mr. Jay Caldwell on Saturday, May 25th. For more information, call 261-6107. We're actually going to ask Wayna if she'll read these on the program too. Hi, Wayna.
She's so funny. Of
course.
Yeah, and again, I just want to give a special shout out to you at home. Thank you for watching us.
Always.
Thank you for giving us the honor of coming into your homes. Big shout out to all of you at home. And those of you who are on the mend, our hearts are with you. We know that you'll get better soon. Miss K, special shout out. You know I love you. Mom, deputy, mom, friends, everybody. I just love everybody.
And so on behalf of Michael and myself, thank you, Dave, thank you, Keisha, thank you, Aubin. We'll see you all soon. Have a wonderful and safe week, and we'll see you. Take care.